It's a makeup moment that's happening in a big way, something that women with more mature skin should lean into, according to my first guest. And the truth is, we know powdery products, they tend to sit heavy, right, on the skin. So she's encouraging more light, bright, and reflective. In today's Style File, we're talking about a wet look finish. The best way to describe this is cheeks that glisten and put forward a fresh, radiant finish. Studio 5 style and beauty contributor Megan Moore is a big fan. Explain this look for us.
Okay, so it's exactly what it sounds like. It is a cheek that has kind of a wet look to it. It almost looks like did she just get splashed in the face, right? There's a little bit of that wet glow on the cheek. It's beautiful, especially on mature skin, because dry, powdery finishes tend to kind of exaggerate texture.
Yeah.
So this does the opposite. It brings light, it brings glow, and kind of a little bit of reflection, and it looks gorgeous.
It is lovely. How do we keep it from looking just sweaty?
Well, you have to contain it, right? You've got to make sure it's intentional and placed purposely. So for me, I'd say the best, safest area is to just go apples of the cheeks, and then you can mattify everywhere else. But it just brings, like, look at that Minnie Driver picture. Oh, she's just stunning, right? But it's just that glow, that front forward, like, emphasis on her cheekbones, but it has that kind of reflective wet look, right? And it just looks stunning.
So we're not skipping powders altogether. There are places on the face where that will serve us best.
Yes, you can still use your powders anywhere you feel like you need to mattify your regular base products. This is kind of an extra on top of. It can be worn all on its own, or it can be like a topper on top of a powdery blush, right? So it's going to give you that on top.
You've described it, you're gonna show it, but first educate us on your favorite products to accomplish this look.
Okay, so these are cheek balms. That's the word that you're gonna be looking for when you're searching for these products. They come in more of a tub like this, okay? And they do have a solid form to them, right? They're not a liquid, they're not a cream. They are something you kind of have to scrape out of the tub.
Okay.
But that's how it really floats over the surface of the skin, and that's kind of the texture that we're looking for. So this one is by Jones Road, which is Bobbi Brown's line. It's her Miracle Balm, comes in lots of different colors. It is a huge tub. I don't know how I'll ever get through all of this, but I'm gonna do my darndest to try. Okay, so this is a great one. Love this one for sure. She kind of pioneered this movement for older women especially. Down up front right here, this one is by RMS. This is Rose Marie Smith. She's a 70-year-old makeup artist. Again, she's just been in the industry forever, and her focus is more mature skin. This is her luminizer, and it's just like the most gorgeous, like, glow that you just like.
And it's colorless.
It's colorless. This one's a great topper, and it just literally floats over the skin and just gives you this something that you're like, what is that?
So what if I have a powder blush I love? Would that lay on top?
Yep, you can put any of these on top and treat them like a topper. And then I brought you one budget favorite right here. This is by Revolution Beauty. This is their balm, comes in several different colors. Again, a great kind of budget option if you want to dip your toe into it, but maybe not spend quite as much.
Is there sort of, an acclimation to this? I got sucked into the Jones Road Instagram ads that were assaulting me every day. I bought it. I loved the look, but it was almost like a sticky lip gloss where, like, the hair was getting caught. Do you have to kind of adjust?
You do have to adjust, and I would say, again, bringing it forward into the cheeks here will help it. So I wouldn't wear this back further.
Okay.
I would keep this kind of forward in the placement so that hair doesn't get to it. But you kind of, I mean, every now and then it may happen, but you do have to kind of adjust to having more of a tacky feeling on your face. But once you get used to it, I really don't find it as a problem.
And how does it wear down with the day? Does it drip and droop, or does it stay placed?
It really doesn't, because it's kind of that, like, solid form. It really kind of stays put, and I don't have a problem with it kind of moving or melting once it's kind of locked into the place that you want it to live.
Okay, you gonna show us?
Let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna take, this is my technique. I mean, I'm sure there's a million different kinds of gear, but you're gonna kind of take, you can dig right out of it, but I always like to scoop it onto a board. I just feel like I get a little bit more control with it. And then I like to take some on my fingers. I take it on my middle finger and I tap it first.
Okay.
Okay, and that's kind of tap it together and blur it out.
Warm it up.
And then I can just go in right to the apples of my cheeks and just kind of press it in circles. So I'm just kind of looking for those high points on the face where I can see the glow. I'll give a fake little smile, right? And then you can kind of add, and you can always build it, start with less and then build more.
And the high points being that is where they would naturally reflect?
Yeah, the high points being where your bone structure is the highest off of the face, right? So the fronts of your cheeks are typically where that is. You can go a little down the nose. I even I little on the Cupid's bow right here.
Okay.
So just very controlled. It's not a lot because, again, we don't want to look greasy. We don't want to look sweaty, but just that kind of little extra touch, it just brings something to the face.
And does that balm become your final layer, or do I set it at all?
You could set it, but you will lose some luster. So I tend recommend to say set first, and then this is kind of your like icing on top of the cake.
And we've kind of touched on this, but just double down. Who are you recommending this for, this particular product, this particular technique?
Honestly, anyone can do it, but I would say if you're 40 plus, this is the way that I would lean for you to blush from now on, because it is going to rehydrate the skin and give you that glow that we're sometimes missing as we get older.
And plays okay with texture too.
Yep, plays okay with texture because there's no glitter, so we don't want any glitter. We want glow, we want luminosity, but avoid glitter.
All right, I'm gonna pull it back out. I'm gonna try again.
Let's do it.
You look beautiful,
thank you.
and I appreciate the push to try and to elevate your look, your face in this direction. Where can we get more advice from you?
Always at thebeautysnoop.com, and then over on my Instagram at beautysnoop.
Now she's so glowy and I'm so dull. I'll be diving in during the commercial break.
Let's do it.
Actually. Okay, thanks, Megan. Great job. We'll
bet.
link you over to Beauty Snoop from our website so you can have an easy connection portal endpoint there.